I thought that I would do another spontaneous live stream. I posted on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and my Facebook fan page about it at 1:30, about it coming on in 15 minutes. So if you want to make sure you don't miss these live streams, then make sure that you are following me on all of my social media. They are always linked in the description of these live streams, as well as in my videos. So just keep that in mind. I don't know how many people are going to be able to join this live stream today because of the time. So I am still working out when is the best time for everybody to come to these live streams, just because you never know when is good for everybody. So I did put it on the social medias and things, so if you want to make sure you don't miss any of these live streams, then make sure you go ahead and you follow me on everything. So, and generally I follow everybody back. So today's video is just gonna be a chill video. I have my bridal makeup tutorial filmed. I just have to upload it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that within the next 2 days. I've edited it on my laptop, so it's gonna take a longer time than on my all-in-one, which is what I'm doing the live stream on. And because apparently in Premiere, if you edit on one version of it, it's really difficult to move the files over to another version of Adobe Premiere to upload it. I don't know. And excuse my appearance, you guys. My husband and I were up early this morning getting an oil change on our car, so my hair was wet, and hi Alina, my hair was wet, so I just pulled it up in a bun. It's kind of strange looking, and also I'm very red because at lunch I had a glass of wine, and wine makes me red. So the wine was good though. It was Menage a Trois something. Let me see, I took a picture of it so I could, show it to my grandpa, because my grandpa's kind of a wine connoisseur. He really knows a lot about wine, and so I asked him if this was a good one, and he said it was. So it was Menage a Trois Midnight, and the description says that it's a dark red wine blend. And it says, discover the dark side of Menage a Trois with Midnight, a luxurious dark red blend sure to satisfy your deepest desires. Voluptuous black cherry and berry flavors with hints of mocha and exotic spice play across your lips, urging you to turn out the lights and savor the pleasures of the dark. Hello, Nika. So, it was really good anyway. We only had one glass, but that's what that looks like, if anyone is curious. I just had one glass, but red wine makes me red. It's kind of a phenomenon. Anywho, so today's video, like I said, was going to be a chill one. My bridal makeup tutorial will be uploaded within the next 2 days, so you guys can see that. Hopefully the video is everything that you've been expecting, because I think some people have this idea that my makeup was really complicated, but it wasn't. So hopefully it's everything that you want from it. So yeah. Hi Hannah. I also thought that I would do a what's on my iPad Pro video or in this live stream, just because everyone's interested in that. How do you get live? I use Open Broadcaster software, OBS, and it's a free download thing, and it basically is an encoder so that you can broadcast to a different server. And so you download OBS, you set up your scene basically. Oh, thank you, Lisa, so much. And yeah, I'll be doing my bridal makeup as my next video. So hopefully you can come back a little bit later. So, but anyway, so then you put in the code that YouTube gives you, and then you put it into OBS, and it enables you to go live. So that's what I use. It's the best, in my opinion. I know like some people use like Twitch and stuff, but I prefer to just go live using the YouTube interface than worrying about an external website. So like I said, I am going to be doing what's on my iPad Pro, because those are always interesting videos, and I thought I would just include it in the live stream instead of making it into an entire video by itself. So, yes. So my iPad is the 9.7 inch iPad Pro. This is what it looks like. This is the size of a regular iPad, and it does work with the Apple Pencil, which some people would say is not worth it, but I definitely think it is. You charge it all the way to 100%, and if you don't use it too much, it lasts you about 2 weeks on battery, and it works via Bluetooth, and it has this removable nib on the end of it, and then you can use it just like a regular pencil. It's fantastic. So this is a smart cover that my husband and I purchased from Amazon for about $18. He has the iPad Air 2, I want to say, because he didn't want the Pro. One thing that I do like about the Pro is that it has 4 speakers. 1, 2, 3, and 4, instead of the traditional 2 that the regular iPads have. It also has, on the bottom here, I don't know if you can see that, there's 3 little dots, and you can get a smart keyboard case and magnetize it much like the Surface Pros. And what a smart cover is, it means that there are magnets along this side, and when you open it, it goes to your screen. So this is a picture of my husband and I. It's in black and white. It's Hannah. Yeah, if you leave me a link in the chat, I will check out your channel. So it's white. I like white iPads. It has the fingertip scanner, and then you go to the front. The giraffe picture. Hold on. I can actually show you that picture without being in the background. It is a picture that I took, because that's my secondary job, like I told you, or my primary is a photographer. Just give me just one moment. Here we go. So this is a photo that I took of a giraffe at the Zoo Atlanta. And that's my background. And then for a long time I also had this one that I took of 2 juvenile lions. So, yes, give me just a second. I can click on your name, so hold on. Open link in new tab. I see. Sorry if that is loud. You got a video going off right away. I do see your videos. You do like challenge videos and things, it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So okay, so I have that. Yes, I can do a makeup role play. Let me upload my bridal makeup first, which people have been recommending or requesting, and then I will do a roleplay video and upload that. Hi, Katie. Glad you made it to a live stream. I try to give people plenty of time. If you want to be notified when I am putting up a live stream, make sure you're following my social media, which is always in the description bar of the live stream, and once it's been uploaded, and it is in the description of my videos. I try to put that in there every time. Hi, Chloe. So continuing on, so like I said, iPad Pro 9.7, and on the front page here I just have your typical apps that, you know, the iPad comes with. Nothing special, like messages, FaceTime, etc., mail, music, whatever. And on the second page is where I have the personalization. I have some apps that are, you know, regular with, thank you, Hannah, with like iMovie and GarageBand and things that are included. I have Spotify downloaded. My Instagram is at Abby Talks, ABBYTALKS, Abby Talks. And then I have Netflix that I downloaded, which I love Netflix. I have Hungry Shark World, which is a game where you are a shark, and the whole point is to continuously eat until you get bigger, and then you can buy better sharks, and so on and so forth. Cinematograph is a app. I do have Snapchat. Shannon, it is at Abby Takes Photos, ABBYTAKES PHOTOS, Abby Takes Photos. Cinematograph is basically this app where, yes, thank you, Katie. Don't I follow you on that? I'm pretty sure your profile looks really familiar. So Cinematograph, you take a photo or video, and then you can leave everything still besides one focal point. So it's very cool. Then in my social media, I have YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, Snapchat, Messenger, Tapatalk, where I follow YouTube Mama Drama, Musically, which if you want to follow me on Musically, I also am on there. Let me make sure the volume is down. Hannah, I just saw your request, so give me a second. If you want to follow me on Musically as well, it is at Abby Talks. So that's a fun app anyway. So let me go ahead and follow you back, Hannah. So, okay, followed. You're followed now. I just requested anyway, see? Okay. So then I have Lively, and then I have a game for my nieces right there, and Instagram, and then in fun and games I have Pokemon Go, I have Super Stickman Golf 3, I have some hidden object games, Five Nights at Freddy's, Bitmoji, and Face Swap Live. And then in productivity, I have some drawing apps and a sleeping app. In drawing, I have Sketches, I have Outlook, Procreate, and Dirty Doodles, which me and my friends played. And it's freaking hysterical, guys. Like, it has you draw some of the worst, like, dirty stuff you can imagine. It is so funny. Then in TV shows, I have CW, Discovery Go, Freeform, YouNow, and Full Screen. And then I have another hidden object game, Papa's Taco Mia, and Hooked, which is another game. So I'm not really that interesting when it comes to my iPad. Mostly I just use it for YouTube, because that's mostly what I use it for. And then I use a pencil for writing and things in the notes app. So anyway, so I try and follow as many people as I can on the social media. So if you followed me and I haven't followed you back, let me know, because I don't want to leave anybody out. So anyway, that was what was on my iPad. Pretty simple. I started a new book recently. It is called I Like Him, He Likes Her by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. It is a tome. This thing is huge. Let me check out your videos first, Hannah, just so I can see if those are the type of videos that I want to watch. So I'll do that after the live stream. So you can see it's very thick. I started reading it, but then I stopped because I had another book that I wanted to finish first, which is called I Hunt Killers, which is really awesome. But this book is pretty good. I got it from Barnes & Noble for $12, $11.99, and I'll have to check it out first, Hannah, before I say anything. So, but yes, it is pretty entertaining regardless. I'm not sure why it's so big. I think part of it is not even. Yeah, hold on a second. I think the actual book itself is made up of 3 smaller books, if that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, so that makes sense, actually. The actual I Like Him, He Likes Her is only this part of the book. And then the rest is that Simply Alice and things, so that's why it's so thick. That was kind of strange. But I don't know. Very interesting regardless, and it's been entertaining as well as it can be, So, because Alice Alone is the first book, and then there's multiple, and there's Alice is the main character. Katie, okay. TV shows. Jen, it started only 17 minutes ago, so you are perfect. It's just the beginning. So to answer your question, Katie, yes, I do have TV shows that I would recommend. So, depending on what you like, there are several shows that I watched over the span of the year. And, so for the teeny bopper shows, I guess you could say, on Freeform, which used to be ABC Family, I would recommend Dead of Summer, which is in its first season now, and it is set in the 80s, and it is, okay, great, Shannon, I will check that out in a second. So, Dead of Summer is set in the 80s, and the premise is that it's these bunch of campers, and weird things start happening at this camp. And in every episode, they do the background story of one of the counselors and shows you how they ended up at the camp. So with, hi Elizabeth, so with Dead of Summer, you have a girl named Amy, who is the new girl. All the other kids know each other because they went to Camp Stillwater before, and so you will get to see the interactions between the new girl and the older friends. And there is a guy named Michael who is a the camera guy, I guess. And you have this trans girl who is a guy named Drew. And there is several weird things going on in the town anyway. So I would definitely check that out. Pretty Little Liars, obviously, if you haven't watched that, I mean, that's going to take you forever. I am only watching that because I just want it to be over. This is the last season, I think. And I just want to find out who the main bad person is, because the show is terrible. It is so badly written. None of those girls can act for anything. And I just want it to be over, pretty much. So, that's that. But you're going to have to watch like 7 seasons. Have I seen the trailer for This Is Us? What is the premise for This Is Us? It sounds like I've maybe seen it or seen the trailer, but I can't remember. If you want something that's not on Freeform, Scream, the TV series on MTV. The main actress is a terrible actress, Willa Fitzgerald. Awful, but it's really, really good, and it's on the 2nd season now. So I would recommend that. I would recommend The Walking Dead, obviously, because there's a big climax or a big, like, a reveal thing that's happening when it comes back in October. I would recommend How to Get Away with Murder. Absolutely, 150%. That show, I have not expected the ending of any of the two or 3 seasons at all. I'm shocked at, no, it's just 2 seasons because they have mid-season finales as well. And I have honestly can tell you that I have not expected the result of any of them. So, highly recommend that. And then shows that you could watch. iZombie's good. I haven't watched all of that. Orange is the New Black on Netflix. Great. Stranger Things on Netflix. Great. I watched a lot of TV shows. If you haven't gotten on the train, Friends on Netflix, because my husband and I that's our favorite show of all existence ever. So there is that. I mean, I've watched a lot of TV shows. My husband and I do movies and we do TV shows. So we have probably over 300 movies in our collection, and probably just as many TV shows because we love them. So, and no, and to answer your question again and again, I don't know if you heard me, but I have not seen the trailer for This Is Us. Do you know what the premise is of it? But yeah, so pretty much those TV shows right now. We're waiting. Oh, and Supernatural, obviously, because damn, that show is awesome. And Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki are beautiful creatures, so I would definitely recommend that show just for fun. Carrie, how are you? I am very good, actually. This morning, my husband and I got an oil change on our car, because that's what you do as a grown-up, as entertaining as that can be. So I got an oil change. We went to Dunkin' Donuts for coffee, because I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I am originally from Connecticut, so I really like Dunkin' Donuts coffee a ton. It is definitely one of my favorites. So we went there. Yeah, yes, they are beautiful creatures. But yeah, so we did that. We went to the grocery store and we bought some bottles of wine. My husband and I are going on this double date on Saturday with one of my best friends and her boyfriend. Well, soon to be boyfriend type of situation. This date is kind of like helping her type of date, if that makes sense. So we're going on that. We're going to dinner at this. Thank you so much. I want to go to Texas one day. It seems really awesome. But yeah, so we're going to a double date on that day. And then we're going to go back to her place. So I bought some wine and 2 bottles of white wine, 2 Pinot Grigios. And my husband and I bought that red wine for ourselves. And then we went to the liquor store and we bought a bottle of this vodka that tastes like Fruit Loops to mix with Mountain Dew because that's awesome. And I am fantastic, by the way. Waffle Crafter. Interesting username, by the way. But yes, so what is my favorite trigger? Ooh, that is hard to say. It is a mix between the crinkle of headphones on the 3DO. Whispers Red did a video of that recently, and oh my god, that was amazing. But if I had to pick another one, I would pick between tapping scratching on fabric, which I did a whole video on. Whispers back and forth. I really enjoy those as well, where you can slightly hear the mouth sounds, but they're not just mouth sounds because those can be a little bit tiring from time to time if that's all you hear, if that makes sense. But I like to hear the movement of people's mouth when they talk. I also, thank you so much. I also really like lotion sounds, so let's go ahead and let me get my lotion. I took you guys with me. There we go. Yes, I do. I do live in Georgia, actually. I live in Athens. So, here's some lotion. The April Bath and Shower Gel in Pear and Blossom. I'm going to take my ring off for this, just because I don't want lotion to get in my ring. You're all the way from Ireland? That's so cool. I've seen a couple people from Ireland on my channel. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. We had another person on here before, Laura. She lives in North Georgia. Or close to North Georgia anyway. Very cool. Oops, sorry. about way too much on my hands. You see that? It is 2:14 p.m. where I live. Right here, anyway. How was my wedding? My wedding was fantastic. We have been married for about, yeah, of course. There's never a question about that. I actually had somebody who I was Snapchatting with. She sings really, really well. I was complimenting her on how well she could sing. And she said to me that she thought it was so nice of me to talk to her. And I just want to make this clear. I am a normal human being. I am 23. I like to hang out with friends. And I never want you guys to feel like you can't talk to me about anything. And that's why I encourage you guys following my social media, because I do want to get to know you guys, because I feel like otherwise it is a very one-sided relationship, whereas that's not what I would want. So to answer your question, Katie, if you ever saw me in public, I would want you to come say hi, because I am all for meeting new people. Hi, Karina. And I would be very happy about it. So, to go back to Deller's question, my wedding was fantastic. My husband and I have been married for 3 months now, and we are happy as we can be. I absolutely love it. Love being married. And it is really been no different than when we weren't married, if that makes sense. A lot of people think that when you get married it changes things, but if you are with your significant other for as long as my husband and I have been, it's really no different, you know? We've been together for 8 years. I mean, to us, it was just kind of like the next step. And, you know, in the next couple of months here, we're planning on trying for kids. And so, obviously, you know, to us, it just made sense, you know? And I'm very happy with being a wife. And I don't think that I ever questioned wanting to be a wife, you know? And so, yeah, I mean, I truly love it. Love being married. And, yeah, so I hope that answers your question. But yeah, if you ever see me in public, come say hi. Because I would love to. I'm sure I'd act really weird and, like, shy. Because even though I can be all, like, confident and shit on live streams and in my videos, it's kind of different when you meet somebody out in public, you know? I've seen from multiple YouTubers that is the case. You know, they think that it's not going to be any big deal. And then they meet somebody and it's like, oh, well, that's kind of awkward. So, I can guarantee I'll be this confident in real life. Though, my friends do say that I'm like that. So, who knows? Do you like that I take you guys with me? It's Kelly. Oh, okay. Well, Kelly. Anyway, I was just calling you by your username. If you want me to call you by your name, you gotta tell me what your name is in the comments. So, my hands are really soft now. I put all that freaking lotion on. I didn't realize how much came out of that damn tube. So, I have it on my arms, I have it on my legs, I have it on my hands. Let me see. Shannon. Let me add you back. Okay. I added you, Shannon, to my Snap fam. So, yes, I highly encourage following my social medias and things. Anyway, that's so sweet. I've been with my partner for 5 months or so after being in a bad relationship for 2 years or so. He made me feel comfortable. Yes, that's the thing that can be kind of daunting after you're in a bad relationship. Honestly, I have to say that I'm so lucky that my husband has been nothing but good to me in our 8 years together, and then I didn't have any experience with a bad relationship because we met when we were 15. So I hadn't had any real relationships before that. Because, I was a child, basically. So, to me, I didn't expect us to end up getting married and be together for 8 years, you know what I mean? Because when you're 15, you have no clue what you're doing with your life. It's just not one of those things that you know. And so, I'm very lucky with that, and I'm so sorry that you were in a bad relationship for that long, and I'm very happy that you found somebody who makes you feel comfortable and free again, because that's something that you can't take for granted, honestly. I know from my mom and everything, she had been in bad relationships before, and they can be soul crushing. So I'm happy that you found somebody that makes you happy, because that is all you can expect out of life. Is to find somebody who is respectful and loving and everything to you, just like you deserve. So, sorry to get sentimental there, but it's true. Rock On says, I'm listening to you as I am at work. Programming a web application makes me stay relaxed. Awesome. I am glad that I can help with that. I love that type of stuff. I had been thinking about doing a podcast, of just like talking about stuff, but I think these work really well. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's blocked. Good. Will not let's remove that. Okay. If you guys see any messages deleted, it's if you are crude or rude in our chat, I will delete your messages. So BucksFan102 is deleted and blocked by my list. Okay. I think that's a cool idea. LOL. This kind of reminds me of a radio show that's intimate helps anxiety a lot. Oh, really? That's cool. So yeah, I'm glad to help with that. Who else besides me thinks it would be really, really, really awesome to have an ASMR radio channel? Because I would be all for that. That would be the best thing ever. Especially if it was just like talking, like chill like this. Then you wouldn't fall asleep, so you could listen to it like while driving or at work. I think it'd be awesome. Oh, and I think that'd be the best thing ever. I wonder if there's a way to actually do that. But I also, who here would listen to a podcast where I read passages from books, where I talked about the news, where I just talked about daily stuff? I would have it on SoundCloud, so it wouldn't be monetized or anything, so I could read from books that are copyrighted and whatnot. And I could just make a little hour-long podcast for you guys. Like, would any of you guys like that on SoundCloud? Because I would do it. In addition to my videos, I would just do a SoundCloud thing. And I could talk about anything? Or is there anything in particular you want me to talk about? Because I talk about anything. I would do the news. Don't matter to me. Definitely would listen. Okay. Okay. So I'll do that. I'll do a couple of test ones, see if they work out well. And yeah. See, I haven't really done one of those since that one, because I've been not thinking about it. So, cool. Alright, so what I'll do, I have my one that I was doing about criminals, so I can do that randomly. I don't know if I'll have a schedule for that, but I'll do a weekly podcast just talking about anything, really. And I can include ASMR triggers in it as well. And just talk about stuff in general. So, we'll do that. Also, I created a Patreon. And a Patreon is a way that you all could help my channel. I haven't uploaded anything on there yet. I just created it. And what the Patreon would do would enable you, whoever was a patron of mine, to get first access to my videos, and you get special rewards like a 10-minute video of a trigger of your choice, or like whatever, hi Sarah, or whatever you want. So I can do that. I have the Patreon created. There's nothing on it yet, but if I have people expressing interest in being a patron, then I can do that. But Sarah, since you just popped in, what we are talking about is I'm going to be doing a weekly podcast on SoundCloud.com, and what it will just be like a chilled out thing like this, but just like a podcast, so that you guys can listen to it on the way, and so that way it'll just be like about the news, it'll be about beauty, it'll be whatever, and I can throw in triggers when I want to, but it's not going to be like where it makes you fall asleep, so you can listen to it on like the way to work or something. So that's what we kind of decided, and because it won't be monetized, I can do like passages from like real books and so on and so forth. Just make it like a little weekly hangout if I can't do live streams, because I know live streams people prefer, just because you can see what is going on and it's fun to interact with and everything. But yeah, I mean, I can do the SoundCloud, the podcasts whenever, pretty much. So Kidda, is there anything you included in your wedding that was personal / different than any other wedding, or anything you did that was really helpful that you would recommend to someone else getting married? Well, the way that my wedding went was it was a small wedding. So we had about 45 guests, which was family and close friends. And I did not have my father walk me down the aisle. Not that I have a bad relationship with my father, but my husband and I wanted to do it where I walked halfway down to him, and he walked the other half, and we walked up together. So it was more of a joining of souls instead of my father passing me off to my husband. And my husband and I are not religious, but because my family is and his family is, we let his cousin Jason and his wife do our service, and she's a reverend, so it was religious in that nature. But we did our own vows, and we had I had my 3 best friends from childhood as my bridesmaids. Unfortunately, my sister and I are not on the terms that she was there. So unfortunately, my sister was not at my wedding, but my brother was, and he was one of my husband's groomsmen. And then his brother and his brother-in-law were also his groomsmen. And because my husband is one of those guys that is more friends with my friends type of situation. We kind of jointly become friends with them, and I just happened to be friends with these 3 girls prior. 2 of them since I was 11, and 1 since I met Adam, so it was kind of like obvious for me to choose them as my bridesmaids, you know. And my friend Jordan was my maid of honor. And so they gave us our rings after we gave each other our vows and whatnot. And the way that we did for our vows is that everything was different besides the last 2 lines, which we both decided to be exactly the same. And so that's how we kind of made it like a union thing. Is like we made it where they were both the same. Hi Charlie, and hi Rachel, by the way. Sorry, I was just telling the story of my wedding. And then after we exchanged our vows and got our rings, we also had our parents all stand up, and our reverend asked them if they agreed with the wedding, and they all said they did. And one thing that I did, which I don't know if it's common, but I included my stepmother and my stepfather, because my parents are remarried, so I included them in the parents, where some people only have their biological parents. Sorry if that was loud, but I included my step-parents in that. And obviously my husband's parents. He is very lucky. His parents stayed together. So, anyway, after we exchanged our vows and everything, we had our wedding in a neighborhood clubhouse type of situation. So there was this giant porch that encircled the entire building, and we had an arch where we got married under, and we turned as soon as we were done with the wedding. We had everyone stay seated, and we turned and went outside, and that's where we signed our marriage license. We were married legally on the day that we were married, because some people, even if you get married, you're not legally married until afterwards, after you've signed the marriage license. But we signed ours that day afterwards, and then we had our receiving line so everybody could come and congratulate us. And then after that, we had a cocktail hour where everyone just kind of hung out, ate fruit, and drank beer and wine, and ate cheese, and just kind of chilled. And then after that, dinner was brought in, and everyone sat down. They all had like a seat where they were assigned. They all sat down, and we ate dinner. Then we had our speeches. My dad made a speech. My mom made a speech. Jordan made a speech, my maid of honor, and Adam's brother and sister made a speech. And they went in the center of the room because the way our tables were like a U, so they could stand there and talk to us, and our table was in the center. And then after that, everyone just kind of mingled and whatever. We had music going. My husband and I didn't do a first dance just because my husband can't dance, and I didn't want to put him through dancing in front of people, so we decided not to do that, which was fine. And we just all, and no father-daughter dance, no mother-son dance, just chilled. And by the end of the night, me and my husband stayed to help clean up, and then that was it. So it was very chilled out, very intimate, very small wedding, just something that was meant for my family and my friends, and it went really well. Here is one of the photos. We decorated ourselves. My dress was cream with watercolor flowers on it. You're welcome, kidda. And that's my husband, and that's his cousin right there. And that's his wife, who was the Reverend. And then Jordan's in the background. And I do have some other photos on my iPad that I can show you. I'm not going to show you all of them just because some of them include children. And again, I made this clear. I'm not going to show their photos without their consent. So, I can show you some. So, okay. Yeah, I kept it. So that is my husband and I. Then you have, oops, my husband and I again. My husband and I cutting our cake. Whoop. My husband, me, my dad, and my stepmom. I love the picture of us. My brother, who's very tall, and me. My grandfather and I. I love that photo of us. My bouquet and my dress full length. How did I choose my dress? Well, I went around. I decided that I did not want a traditional wedding dress. So my mother and my bridesmaids decided to not worry about it. I let the girls choose their dress that they wanted. And we went around to department stores. We went to Macy's. We went to Dillard's. We went to Belk. I think I got my dress at Dillard's. And my budget was $300 for a dress. And my dress ended up being closer to $200. And I was walking around in the store. I was feeling pretty defeated at that point because I hadn't found anything that I liked. And we turned into Dillard's. I went to the back wall of the dresses, and boom, there she was. And I tried it on. And any bride will tell you when they try on a dress that you know which one is the one by the fact that you get goosebumps on your arms. And I totally did immediately. So that's how I knew that that was the dress for me. And thank you so much. I love that dress. It's very comfortable, very, very airy and long. And it's hanging up in the closet back there, actually, with my husband's suit. So, and that was it. I wanted a dress that I could wear again. Because I did not want a big, puffy, overly dramatic dress. That was just not me. So I wanted something I could wear again. And I absolutely love that dress, and it will be forever wonderful to me. It was a halter style, so I had to wear a strapless bra, which was really uncomfortable because I am busty. But other than that, I mean, I had no issues, and it was a very, very comfortable dress. And I thought it went well because I had blue flowers in my hair, so it kind of tied in with the flowers on the dress. And so I looked at so many dresses, you guys, like so many dresses that I tried. And I really decided not to worry about going to a place with it, like David's Bridal or anything, just because that's not me. I wasn't about that life. So I didn't, and I wouldn't ever go back. I wouldn't change a thing, because it was our day, and it was wonderful and special and incredible, and I would never change it for the world, you know. So that is pretty much that. Sorry, I am currently in just going through this little thing on Facebook while I talk to y'all. I've never been there. That's not really a state, but okay. Hi, Melanie. Charlie. Oh, thank you so much. That's very nice. Exactly. Freaking strapless bras are the biggest joke. I actually tried. Okay, a story with this actually. So originally, I had decided to get one of those press-on bras, you know, that are like really sticky, right on your tits. Well, apparently, if you're anything past an A cup, then you're screwed. Because I put that on, and it was like a sad band-aid. So, I had to use the strapless. I'm very happy that I brought the strapless. So, random question, what is your favorite way to spend your day? Like Netflix, binging, shopping, etc. That's a good question. I really like working, actually, which is kind of a strange thing, because I do photography. As you guys know, there's a hair on that. This isn't in my camera. I have more cameras back there. So I love photography. And so I don't mind working really that much. But if I had to choose the ultimate favorite way, would probably be hanging out with my friends and swimming, like going to like a lake or something. But pretty much hanging out with my friends is like, and my husband, because like I said, friends and my friends are my husband's friends type of thing. Thank you, Melanie. But yes, so my husband and I share a lot of our friends, so we like to hang out with them. And like I said, I'm going on a double date with my friend Jordan, who was my maid of honor, and her soon to be almost boyfriend type of situation on Saturday. And I'm very excited about that because I haven't been on a date with a couple our own age in freaking 5 years, because we just normally go on dates ourselves. So I love hanging out with my friends. I like Netflix binging with my husband because he likes all the same shows that I do. And a lot of times we'll just like binge like Criminal Minds or something, and I'll just stay on my iPad and do other stuff. So, it's kind of like background noise. So, and we also like to play video games. I'm a big gamer. I really like to play story-based games on our PS4. And we just freaking love that thing. Yeah, I can actually do that for you, Jenin. And, to answer Claire's question, no, my husband does not get ASMR. He hates ASMR, to be honest. I've tried to show it to him, but he cringes. He does not like it. He does not like the whispering. He doesn't like anything. He doesn't understand it at all. It's just not something that he gets at all. But yeah, I can totally do a video of flipping through albums of photos. I have a website, and a photography Facebook page. So let me go ahead and type that for you of my business if you want to go ahead and look at that. .com/photography official. And my website is linked on there as well. And I have albums on there of my freaking pages and things, because a lot of my work is digital, so I have a lot of pet photos on there, and then I have my website listed as well. So if you want to take a gander at that, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, there you go. See? Like up the page, peeps. Oh, I think there's like an A for me because Link said before she even finished typing. Is my husband a loud person? No, actually. He is actually quite a quiet person. He can be kind of goofy because that's my husband's personality, but he is very quiet normally. He's an introvert actually, which is what I find interesting, because my husband is the opposite. I'm an extrovert, he's an introvert. So, I mean, that's how it works, I guess. Because he just honestly does not get ASMR. And he thinks it's cool that I do the videos because he likes that I found something that I can do as an outlet and it makes me happy and whatnot. But, no, he does not get ASMR. And he doesn't find it relaxing at all. It actually makes him cringe. So, to each their own though, I guess. But I love ASMR, obviously. I make ASMR videos, so. And if you're wondering, I am doing the audio on my Yeti because my little Tascam here can't do live stream audio. I know that the audio is better on this guy, but unfortunately I can't. I'm in a weird mood today, guys. Let me tell you, I am all over the place. I am so sorry. I'm freaking hyper. Ow, is it my foot on the freaking chair? But, yes. He hates ASMR. That was a really ugly face. It's really attractive. I made a good job. But no, yeah, you can check out that page if you want to. And honestly, that is my favorite microphone, though. I prefer it to even 3DOs and stuff. I don't know why I like it when I can't hear it too clearly, or it blocks. Same for me. Which is your favorite microphone, the Yeti or the Tascam that I have? The one I'm using now, this one? Is this one your favorite? Is there really? Really? Okay. I don't think there should be a delay, you guys. Because the stream health is very high right now. Well, I'm using a good microphone. That's why the audio is a lot better. Star 4104. If I was just doing a regular weird, if I was just using the audio on the computer, it would be terrible. I don't know. I mean, okay, I can't really answer that for you guys though, because about whether or not there's a lag, because I am looking at what it looks like in open broadcaster software. So no matter what, the YouTube playback is going to be delayed for me. So I have no idea if it's lagging more for you. The stream health is at 100% green, so it's not having any issues. Usually I see the stream as healthy, so I'm not really sure. There's no lag for you. Yeah, it might be just your computer or something, Jenna, or whatever you're using to watch the stream on. Unfortunately, you can always try and come back and see if it's better. I wouldn't want it to be lagging for you and be annoying. But like I said, I can't see if it's lagging because of the fact that I'm already in OBS software and it doesn't show up as lagging or anything. So anyway, it's only like 2 seconds. I couldn't even tell until you said, there's no lag. What happens is, in the chat here, I can respond automatically to you guys. Like, look, I'll show you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that'll send way before I even say anything. So yeah, I can send things into the chat way before you guys even see them, me talking about them on there. So I typed out my little link to my Facebook page without even saying it on there. So I was just typing it so you guys could follow that instead of trying to listen to me and tell you what the link was. If that makes sense. I know it could be a little confusing, but anyway. Oh, fuck, guys, I'm in a really strange mood today. I'm just like all over the place. I don't even know what to talk about. Though I don't want to get off the live stream because it's fun. Recently, I organized my desk because it was a hot mess. And so I'm really happy with the way that I organized it. I have my laptop over here and some like bits and bobs over here. And I also organized my makeup. And I got rid of like quite a few things because it was not working for me. And I want to show you guys something real quick. Do any of y'all have a bag of like travel stuff that you keep? And what I mean by that is like, so my husband and I like to go on trips, and you know that this past May we went on our cruise for our honeymoon, and obviously you get travel stuff to take with you, you know. I totally feel you on that, Elizabeth. But so you get travel stuff, and my hoarding ass decides that I need to keep that stuff. So in my organization, I just had it kind of, my makeup, I just had it kind of strewn about. And I found this bag. That was a woman on the go travel kits. And I put travel stuff in here. And I don't know if any of y'all are like that. What is your favorite flavor of Crest chips? Mine are the Doritos spicy sweet chili. I don't know if you have them where you live, but they're spicy sweet chili. And they are delicious. Like those, and I really like hot Cheetos, which after this live stream, I'm going to go ahead and get me some hot Cheetos. So, delicious. So, that's this little bag. So, I have in here, I have a mini secret deodorant. This is the Invisible Solid Powder Fresh. Never fucking use this. It smells like baby powder though, it smells good. So, I'll keep it. So, there's that. Yeah, for real. Hot Cheetos are bomb. And if you haven't tried it, okay. So, hot Cheetos, you all know are freaking delicious. Well, you should go ahead, take some hot Cheetos, take some cream cheese, like whipped cream cheese, and use the cream cheese as freaking dip. Girl, it will change your damn life. It's not good for you. It's not healthy for you. But it is crack. When you are on your period, or you are just not feeling good, or whatever, frickin' yes, Lay's is Walkers in they're the same company. They're just called different things. But hot Cheetos and whipped cream cheese, hell yeah, delicious. So yeah, have this little deodorant. Yeah, seriously, try it. It's freaking delicious. It'll change your damn world. I have a Tresemme extra hold hairspray. Oh my god, that sounds so good. I love Valentina hot sauce. I also like Texas Pete. Jesus Christ. Guys, you guys are making me hungry. So I have some Tresemme mini fucking hairspray. Even though I never use hairspray. Tell me why I kept it. Anyway. I have some hand sanitizer. This is the Dial Sheer Blossoms. Fucking... yeah, it's really good. I have another miniature deodorant by Secret and completely clean. That smells good too. Got another one of them. I got a shit ton of bobby pins, some hair ties, and some 3D fucking white toothpaste. But apparently I'm gonna be prepared for on the go. Tell me why I kept this stuff. I don't know if I'm just the one who does that, or if like you guys keep the tiny shampoos and stuff that you get from hotels. My husband does that. He loves that stuff, especially if he likes the smell of it. You know that shit's coming home. If you can find a cart of freaking the mini ones. No, that's true. That is very true. Even though I don't think those were free. Those bobby pins. I kept them from my wedding. That's why there's a shit ton on one packet. Because I had like 100 in my hair on my wedding. Like seriously. Like 100. I'm not even kidding. An entire pack of fucking bobby pins was in that hair. Because my hair is fine. So its ass was not staying up after my friend curled it. Oh, I'm in such a weird mood. I'm very hyper and very like, I hope that's not annoying as anything. So I did have someone ask me if I would do a makeup roleplay video. I have the bridal makeup video you guys asked me about, would you do my wedding makeup. I have that filmed. I just have to upload it. It's edited and I just have to upload it because I did it on my laptop. I have a MacBook Pro, by the way. It's like 5 years old, but it still does the deal. It's going to take a little bit longer to upload, so it should be up in the next day or so. But on Saturday, like I said, I'm going on a date night with my friend and my husband and her boyfriend, so I can do the makeup role play then. Because because I plan on doing like my regular makeup that I do all the time. My like everyday, I guess, because like I said, I don't wear makeup very often, but when I do, girl, I go all the fuck out. I hope that my language is not bothering anybody. Normally I don't swear in these videos, but I'm just being really strange today. And yes, kidda, I agree, it does make me feel satisfied. I like tiny things. And case Bree, if you are supposed to be going to sleep, you should go to sleep. Don't be staying over my ass. That's not fair. I have this massive bruise on my shin from where I smacked into my bed frame. Who else does that shit? Like, I have had that bed frame for fucking 2 years when we first moved here, and my ass still bangs into it. Explain that to me. And now I have a big ass bruise, and I'm supposed to wear a dress on Saturday, and I have a big ass bruise on my shin. So, there's that. That's my life. But yeah, I'm also really clumsy, but I'm not anemic, thankfully. That sucks that you're anemic. Like, you get bruises all the time then because of that. Like, when you just, like, even if you get, like, hit lightly, you bruise. Like me, I just smack my fucking body into shit all the time. Or I fall. Or trip over air. Oh, I did want to show you guys. So you guys all know that I have stretched ears. And so I bought these. Look at how cool these are. Aren't those awesome? The little planchettes from a Ouija board. And they are single flare. So they have a little O-ring on the back of them. You see that? So, I can't wear them right now though because I am a 9/16 and these are 5/8, so I have to wait until my ear stretches naturally or buy something to stretch my ear up. But those are really fucking cool and I want to wear them. So, and yes, I miss the drop at the end of sidewalks or I am mistaken another step, you know? Like, I'll be walking and I know, okay, I have 15 fucking stairs in my house. My ass will fucking, again, just trip. And thank you for my nails. Jen, house stretched. No, see, what is 9/16? 9/16 of an inch, obviously. Which I cannot remember. What that is in millimeters. Because we do by fractions here in the US of A. Okay, so 9/16 is 14 millimeters. And I plan on stopping at 16 millimeters, which is the next one, which is 5/8. I do not plan on going any bigger. I am perfectly happy at 5/8. That said, I thought that I would stop at 00. That was not true. Because about 9/16, obviously. I've been here for about 3 or 4 months, and for whatever reason, they're not stretched enough for these guys. Because, I mean, when you slightly pull down on my lobe, there's a gap. So I think there's like 1 millimeter left that needs to like naturally stretch. Because they just won't go in. And I don't want to blow out my ear or anything. Do I want any other piercings? Yes, I do. I want to get a second hole pierced in my ear. I want to get my septum, though I doubt my husband will like that very much, so that might have to wait. In high school, I had snake bites because I was an emo kid, and so I had snake bites. And let's see what else. Besides that, Yeah, see, I think that I would look really cute with a septum, but I don't know if my husband will like that. And I also plan on getting a couple of tattoos here in the near future as well, because I love tattoos. I think they're beautiful. I've always wanted them, and so I plan on getting Let It Be, by, which is, a song by the Beatles, on my left shoulder. I plan on getting a semicolon on my wrist, because if you guys didn't know, which I'm going to get a little personal here for a moment, so if you're not cool with that, then exit. But when I was a teenager, I suffered with really bad depression, and so I was a cutter. Luckily, all the scars on my arms have gone away, but I have them on my stomach still, like really big ones, because I was a bad cutter. And I also tried to commit suicide about 3 times. So to me, the semicolon is just like I could have ended my life, but I didn't. It's not a period, so it's not the end. For me, it's like that's a continuation of a sentence when you put a semicolon in it, and so that means a lot to me. So that's what I plan on doing. And being that my grandmother committed suicide about 10 years ago now, after my uncle died, and I've had family members my whole life who have been depressed, who have suffered immense loss. My father's brother died before his 9th birthday. They were playing King in the Mountain. My dad was 14. And so he watched his brother get killed by a giant rock that split his brother in half. I know that's very morbid. Yeah, exactly, Kelly. That's very, very true. When people who don't have depression don't understand. I still have depression. It's a lot better than it was when I was younger, because I have found somebody who helps me so much with that. But there's a lot of time in my life where I don't, I still have problems with depression and whatnot. And my best friend in junior year of high school tried to commit suicide, and it was awful. And so, I mean, that's the thing, is depression should be talked about. Depression should be, mental illness in general should be discussed, because both my mother and my sister have bipolar, and my best friend, so they all have bipolar disorder, and that's a really horrible mental illness. And so, luckily, I don't know if I can say luckily, but luckily I just have depression. I don't have bipolar disorder, which I'm very grateful for. No, that's a buzz from my computer. Because when it sits on the desk, it picks up the vibrations. Like if I pick it up like this, then that buzz is gone. But if I put it there, then it's there. Hopefully that's not annoying. But yeah, depression's seriously a big thing. And luckily I don't have to be on medication for it anymore. I used to be, because it was so bad and whatnot. And my cat's in the living room. I have the door closed, because he'd be fucking shit up. So yeah, I mean, depression's a fucked up thing, and I mean, a lot of my family have died really young too. Okay, so my mother had me when she was 20, and my dad was 22. My grandmother had her when she was my grandmother had my mother when she was 17. And my grandfather was 19. And so my grandmother died she was 51, I think. And that was from taking all of her medication and her dying. And my uncle, who is in a picture back here, He died from a drug overdose in his sleep when he was 23, which is the same age that I am. And so the worst part is that my uncle, I was very close to him when I was a kid, and my uncle, he will never get to know what it's like to be married. He'll never get to know what it's like to grow old. And it's kind of strange for me that in November I'll be older than he will ever get to be, So never forget to tell your family that you love them, because you never know when they're not going to be there anymore. And I was 10 when he died. No, 12 when he died. And it was horrible for my family. And it was my mom's only other sibling. Luckily, my father has another sister, so he didn't lose all of his siblings like my mother did. So my family has never had it really easy, to be honest. But yes. Back on being happier, but I just thought I would share that with you guys because, you get a little bit know more about me. But just make sure you always tell your family that you love them, because you never know when it's the last time. Even if you're mad at them, tell them that you love them, because honestly, you don't want to regret it. And because it's an awful feeling when you don't get to say goodbye, So anyway, thank you so much. I don't really show too much of my personality, because like I said, I'm an extrovert, so I'm quite loud in real life. I think that's why I like them, Kelly, why I like ASMR videos, and that's why I'm thinking about doing that podcast, because they are very, very uplifting. They're very good for anxiety. They're very good for insomnia. I have suffered with insomnia for the last 10 years of my life, so I totally understand. Oh, thank you so much. But I totally understand that I forgot what I was gonna say. I hate when that happens. But yes, that's why I'm gonna do the podcast, because I think I am gonna do an episode on depression, because I think that's an important thing to talk about, and it's an important thing to shed light on, because your life should never, your depression, your illnesses, your anything should not be taken from lightly. So but yeah, it's a great thing, and I definitely will do an episode on that in the future. So if you're new to the podcast, you just chimed in, we are just talking about some personal stuff, but also too in the beginning of yeah, exactly, Kelly. But so in the in the live stream, we talked about me doing a potential weekly podcast, because sometimes they're nice to just listen to, especially if you're on the way to work or something. You don't want to have to wait till you get home or whatever. And I asked a couple of people, and they were totally cool with me just talking about whatever. I can just do and I can include some triggers or whatever. And it'll be on SoundCloud, so it'll be not monetized or anything, so I can do readings from copyrighted books, and I can talk about just the news and beauty and life and whatever, nothing ASMR related, but have it be chilled out like this. So it's just a nice environment to listen to, because a lot of people said that it's just nice to just chill out and veg out to listening to people's voices. before ASMR, before I discovered this amazing thing, I never even thought I had a nice voice, to be honest. I always thought it was very abrasive and very, I don't know, manly. Not that that's a bad thing, but because I'm a girl and a woman, I should say. I always thought I should have a feminine voice, so I never thought that I had a nice voice. So it's nice to know that I do have a voice that people like to listen to. And that's also why I like to do these live streams, because I can interact with you guys. I can hear your opinions and your thoughts and everything. And it's very, very cool. It's very cool. The only thing that I wish for like live streams and things is that there was a more personal way to talk to you guys, because the chat is fine, but it's very one-sided. And I just have the headphones on, so I make sure I'm not like super loud or anything when I'm talking. Not that I can hear anything from you guys anyway. And you guys see there's the chat and whatnot. But yeah, ASMR is really good for me, and I'm glad that you guys love it as much as I do, and I hope to be doing it as much. Thank you. I hope to be doing it as much as long as I can, really. Thank you, Susie. And that's why I want you guys to think about, because like people have asked me before, if you see me in public, if you whatever, don't be afraid to come say hi to me, because I'm just a regular person. I am a 23-year-old who's married with my dog and my cat. Nothing special. I don't understand these YouTubers who think that their shit doesn't stink because they make videos. Like, fuck off, really. Because just being a normal person with a normal life, and you just happen to make videos, that's it. And I don't do this for the money. I don't do this for the fame. I don't do it for anything. I just do it because I love it. Photography is my job. It's what I do to make my money, to make my rent, and well, thank you. I appreciate it, because Jen and I'm gonna just keep it real with you guys. That's really how I am. But sorry, swear words are blocked on this. Kelly, I see your message that their shit doesn't stink with laughing face, but on the channel block list that I have for comments, I put swear words in there, so I can change that later, but that was just for negative comments. But anyway, I can still see your comment. But these YouTubers who just think that they are so much better than everybody else, and I've talked about this in the past, but like the Daily Bumps in particular, okay? I don't really watch that many YouTubers besides family vloggers these days, because I have baby fever like there's no other. I cannot wait to have a baby. I just cannot. I want to be a mom so bad, and so I'm so freaking excited about eventually being a mom. I just freaking can't wait. But anyway, so I've been watching a lot of, family vloggers and whatnot. Well, I watch the Daily Bumps, or I used to anyway. And if you are new to the live stream, or you haven't heard me talk about this before, thank you. I really appreciate it, Jen. But they are this family that's based in California, and you have Brian, who is 26, Missy, who's 26, then you have Oliver, who just turned 3, thank you, and Finley, who is not yet 1. And they started vlogging about 3 years ago, before Oliver was born. And so at first I thought that they were going to be great, And, you know, I could watch this family that was down to earth, and they were young parents, you know, because they were my age when they had Oliver for the first time. They were 24, I believe, between 23 and 24. And because I think they're almost 27. I think this is Melissa's or Missy's birthday month. I hate that I remember that, but so they started a channel, and I watched them way before Oliver was even born, and I thought they were fantastic. I thought they were so much like me and my husband, and they loved Friends, and they were cool, and they lived in the apartment above her parents' house, and they were awesome. So I got hooked, and I watched all of their vlogs. I watched up until about when Oliver turned 1. And that's when they started making money. And I'm not talking chump change here. I'm talking about a significant amount of money. Because you can pretty much quit your job and stay home if you have 20,000 subscribers. Pretty much. Because you'll make enough views on your videos to make the amount of a minimum wage job. And so they had about 50,000 subscribers. Of course, Susie, go ahead and ask. But they had about 50,000 subscribers, and they, money started coming in. So they both quit their jobs. Brian was a freelance photographer, and Missy was something at an office. And they quit their jobs, and that was fine, no problem. And then they started getting fucking big-headed, and Brian started buying his music career, and they just turned into these awful human beings. And that's what I'm talking about with them thinking that their shit don't stink, because they delete all of their comments that are negative, like, beyond just like fuck you and you're ugly and all this stuff. Like, just like even anything that can be critiquing their parenting, they delete. Which I don't think is healthy for Oliver, because he's going to have a really skewed idea of life. But anyway, enough about that. Susie, go ahead. You can ask whatever you want. I will wait. I've heard of BF versus GF. I actually watched the podcast on full screen that Shane Dawson did with Jesse, I want to say is his name. And he was talking about how him and his girlfriend had been broken up for a really long time before they even announced it to their followers, because they had been daily vlogging for about 6 years. And he made a very good point. He said that they felt they had to hide it, and they also, started doing their life for the sake of the vlog. Like, they weren't even living for themselves anymore. They weren't even living for their relationship. And a lot of people, because I follow the Daily Bump thread on YouTube, Mama Drama, and a lot of people think that Brian and Missy aren't in love with each other anymore. They're just staying together for the sake of the money. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that. And it's sad that they had to keep that a secret because they were afraid about what they were going to say. And I'm glad that they finally did announce it. It's sad that they broke up, but, I mean, that's life for you. Susie asks, how is married life? I'm 20 years old, engaged, and it doesn't seem very exciting. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Okay, I'm 23. And I was 23 when I got married, obviously 3 months ago. My husband was 22, because my husband didn't turn 23 until June. Well, for us, married life didn't change anything for us. We get up, we go to work, we go to bed, we hang out with each other, we're best friends. So life for us wasn't exactly quote unquote exciting beforehand, because we don't go to bars. If we're gonna drink, we drink at home. If we're going to drink with friends, we drink with our friends at their house. We don't drive drunk. We don't do things. We go do stuff. We go to the aquarium because my husband's father is CFO of Georgia Aquarium. And so we go to the aquarium, we go to the zoo, we go to movies, we go on dates, we hang out with our friends. It's just life. I mean, in my opinion, your life should not change when you get married. Because if you're with somebody that makes you happy, and you're with somebody who cherishes you and cares about you and loves you with every fiber of their being, then there's not going to be any need for it to be different. You know, you don't have to make life be different. Now, that's incredible that at 20 years old, you found somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with. I knew that I wanted to marry Adam, my husband, when we were 20, but we were in our relationship, even though we'd been together since we were 15, we felt we were too young. But that's personal preference. Some people feel that 23 is too young. Some people feel that 30 is too young. I mean, it's just personal preference. But for us, 23 made sense. It was a good age for us to be married, because then nobody would question us having children after we got married, because we're at the good age to have children. Most people who have children, who don't put their career first, have children in their early 20s, and then if they choose a career, they don't have children until they're in their 30s. So it just depends on what you want to do with your life. We already had our jobs set before we had got married, and thus we can kind of continue our life the way that we want it to be. So it just depends on how you want to make your life. You can make your life as exciting as you want to, as long as you're spending it with somebody that you care about. It'll always be exciting. And I mean, life is what you make out of it. Life is too short to not make it exciting. You just have to put your responsibilities first, because life is not a party. Life is not something that you just throw away to have fun. You gotta put your responsibilities first, and then you can have your fun later. And you ever heard the phrase, love, work hard, then you can play hard as well. You can't do that without actually getting your ducks in a row first. So I hope that answered your question. And I didn't come off too preachy or anything, but I mean, you do have to make sure you have your life in order first before it becomes exciting. You can do the exciting things later in your life. I mean, Adam's parents never went on trips and things until after all the kids moved out. I mean, they're in their 50s, and they have been to Australia, they've been to New Zealand, they just got back from Alaska, they're going to Costa Rica, we're taking a trip to South Africa in the next year, we're all going to England and France and Scotland. So, I mean, life couldn't happen, periodically, but you don't always have it to be a party or be exciting. So, hopefully that answered your question adequately. But, alright guys, we have been live streaming for about an hour and 45 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream, and because my husband and I are going to go and have lunch. I'm sure he's waiting for me to have lunch anyway. So thank you guys so much for this live stream, and I'm really, really happy about the attendance of the live streams, and I will notify all of you on my social media when that first podcast goes on. So make sure you check the description box of this video so you can follow me on all my social media, so you're notified when that sort of stuff goes up. I don't want you to miss out anything. And I'll actually make sure good. I'm really glad Susie Snapchat. That's one thing that wasn't included in the little list here. Okay, so that's also in there now. And so, yeah, thank you guys again. Well, I'm glad that it helped, because I want to make sure that it's an adequate answer. So, alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream, and I'll make another one here in the near future, as long as my podcast and things. My bridal makeup look will be up on YouTube within the next day or so, and Saturday I'll try and film a makeup roleplay for y'all. So, alright, bye guys.